So, is Angus here anywhere? No. Got some white roses. Fine with me. I was really hoping we would just find Angus and be done with things. Was there? Looked like there was some kind of glitch on the door. I guess it's not a glitch, it's just kind of, you can kind of see through into the blackness beyond. But it looked like a glitch when I came through there real quick. The door over this way.
It'll rain through tomorrow.
I think this was locked before. Oh, it's openable now. Is this where the bandits are?
Who are you?
I...
Out now!
Huh? What?
Who are you?
I...
Out now!
Alright then. I guess that's not going anywhere. She sounds, sounds very suspicious. Oh.
I think I left the laundry out.
What's up, Zane Schmartz? Zane Schmartz! Alright, I don't have any more teeth for you, so I won't be talking to you at this point. Let's see. I think this is the way to get to the back area. Yes, indeed. Let's see if there's anything spectacular going on in here. Probably not, but you never know. Guess I'll take that. There's some wolf's aloe, so that's something.
Screw co-op existence.
I feel ya. Who wants to live with someone else when you can live on your own? Gets a little lonely though. Sometimes it's nicer to be with someone so that you can share stuff, you know? Watch a TV show together, play some games. Gets a little bit boring if you're on your own.
You forget so much.
You do, you do. A lot happens in life and it's very easy to just space all of it out. Alright, well, got some hooch from there, so something. I've got hooch for days, man. I'm gonna be making potions forever.
Humans are strange.
You're strange.
The gods have punished the outskirts with spilt blood and blazing fire.
The god sent a messenger with a blazing sword.
Nonsense, a ghastly beast exacts revenge.
Perhaps this messenger transformed into a phantom hound.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possible.
That was an interesting exchange. Me too. Me too. Alright, I think that's basically all the doors in town. I probably missed something somewhere, but for the most part.
Pray.
For the most part. So, I've got a lot to look at this point. Might as well. Destiny. The poet Dandelion contemplates whether human life is ruled by destiny. Dandelion mentions the law of surprise. When a witcher demands from a man rescued on the road that which he does not expect once he returns home. This is actually a super important thing to the books. The law of surprise causes a lot of destiny to occur. Anyways, it turns out to be a child born during the father's absence. Witchers take the unexpected children to their fortresses and train them to be their successors. Dandelion also wonders whether love can bind people with bonds of destiny. In no ballads does he provide a clear answer to the questions posed. Gifts. Geralt can present gifts to many of the characters in the game. Usually, the recipients express their gratitude by offering useful items or information. Gifts can also help Geralt win the affections of women. The trick is to choose the right gift from Geralt's inventory. Usually, characters themselves suggest the kind of gift they would like to receive, and Geralt can figure out what would make them happy based on hints. For example, peasant women like to receive flowers, while townswomen prefer jewelry or clothing. Prostitutes would rather get money, and elegant courtesans desire precious gems. It is important to remember that a badly chosen gift may insult the recipient. Alright, let's see. Did we get any more monsters? We totally did. We got Dagon here, which kind of looks like some kind of monster wearing a ceremonial mask or something. Dagon is a mythical creature. According to the legend, it rests at the bottom of a lake near the village of Murky Waters. Wow, you've got like an exact location. I'm sure Lovecraft would love to know more about that one. Dagon is a deity and he can't be killed. Interesting. The creature receives energy from its believer's faith, which might be his only weakness. When Dagon ventures out on land, destruction follows him. Alchemy. According to legend, the Dagon secretions may exist if you can kill him. That is not dead, which can eternal lie. And with strange aeons, even death may die. Powers older than humanity slumber in the depths, where no sun rays disturb them. Gods and demons sleep in underwater cities, awaiting their time. And it is said that when the hour comes, they will awaken and bring annihilation to the world. One of those creatures, Dagon, rests at the bottom of the lake and is worshipped by Vadianoi and lunatics. Dagon is an embodiment of strength and fury, and when he comes ashore, he becomes destruction incarnate. Forbidden books, like the Hymns of Madness and Despair, describe the ways to summon him, for he can only be called to a place dedicated to him. What an interesting monster. Gotta love that Lovecraftian stuff. Alp. Alps lurk in caves, ruins, and abandoned houses, always near human settlements. They're fearless and resistant to stun attempts. They're sensitive to silver and vampire oil. Alps attack by surprise, trying to daze their victims and drink their blood. They can drop abomination limps, naze salts, and alp fangs. I need an alp fang. I got a guy here who really likes fangs. That would be the kind of thing that I'm looking for. No other monster inspires so many myths and fallacies as the Alp. People believe that this vampire is able to turn into a black dog or a venomous toad. They mistake Alps for succubi, believing them to be lecherous and inclined to seduce handsome young men. Folk tales describe their charm and their beautiful seductive voices, as well as their loathing of virgins. What is true beyond any doubt is that they move noiselessly and attack by surprise, rarely giving their victims as much as a chance to scream in terror. Well, I don't remember, but I don't believe that there's any succubi in this game, so that'll probably be a skipped one. Bruxa. The Bruxae choose to live in ruins and abandoned human settlements, more rarely in caves and grottos. They're fearless, just like everything else, susceptible to silver and vampire oil, attacking by surprise. They can apparently drop bruxa blood, but no fangs. It is said at night bruxae haunt attractive young men and drink their blood. These vampires move quietly in the dark to suddenly emerge near their victims. Bruxae may take the form of beautiful girls, leading some to mistake them for water nymphs. But their long fangs and unrestrained thirst for blood always betray them. Fletters. Fletters are lesser vampires which usually hunt in rundown city districts. They are also found near cemeteries and in the wilderness. Fearless, vampire oil, same thing. They can drop the abomination lips and wing membranes. Common people believe that fletters are dead heathens who turned into vampires and rose from their graves. Being vampires, they attack sleeping people and drink their blood. According to peasants, a man bitten by a fletter becomes a fletter himself. This is nonsense, obviously. Is it now? Garkins. They're lesser vampires found most frequently at cemeteries or near abandoned buildings where they rest or nest. Same kind of sensitivities. Try to drink victims' blood. They can drop saliva, membranes, limps. Garkins, the filthiest of vampires, are uglier even than fletters. Since fletters are widely despised for their looks, it is easy to imagine how abominable Garkins must be. As vampires, the creatures drink blood, but they are also drawn to fresh meat or even corpses. Garkins are often mistaken for gargoyles because they lurk on rooftops, waiting to dive at their victims. Giant centipedes. Giant centipedes are encountered in forests or on meadows, in regions where they find many places to hide. Due to their simple nervous system, they see almost everything as a source of food. It's immune to binding, bleeding, knockdown attempts, and resistant to stun attempts. Sensitive to silver and insectoid oil. They're blind, but they can sense tremors. In combat, they try to knock their opponents down and poison them. Their acid venom causes pain. They've got trachea, venom glands, and toxins. Giant centipedes are said to have been raised in Brokilon and released into the world by vengeful dryads. The creatures are believed to be invincible, as they simply divide into two separate living beasts when cut in half. What are they, worms? All this nonsense about giant centipedes only shows how intensely common people fear these venomous beasts, as they fear all things that are not human. Ifrit. The Ifrits inhabit the plane of fire. Mages who have achieved mastery and control of the elements of fire are able to summon them and force them into servitude. They're immune to most effects, especially to incineration. Ifrits come from another world, but they cannot be knocked down or stunned. Sensitive to silver and spectre oils. They float in the air and use fire in combat. They can drop pyrite and ectoplasm. An Ifrit is a minor genie of fire, or, as some say, an elemental. It does not fulfill wishes, build palaces, or make anyone rich. But it serves mages who research the element of fire if they can force the creature to be obedient. Ifrits can only be captured by a mage who immediately understands the nature of flames and has devoted himself completely to learning their secret. The creatures will, with their connection to the element of fire, will judge their summoner and, if they find him worthy, will loyally serve him in all matters. Kikamor Queen. Kikamor Queen chooses quiet, damp, and dark places where she can lay eggs in peace. She surrounds herself with her offspring, creating a colony not unlike an anthill, resistant to all effects due to her very thick armor. A Kikamor Queen is very hard to injure regardless of whether the sword is silver or steel. Kikamor Queens move very slowly. That is their only weakness. They can knock down and kill a man with a single blow. Kikamor Queens can drop their nerves. Some scientists claim that Kikamors behave like ants. They are divided into industrious workers and protective warriors. Life in a Kikamor colony is centered around a great, unceasing, procreating female. The landscape around the queen's nest looks like a desert, littered with the remains of unfortunate creatures, which unwisely lingered in the area. Not even birdsong can be heard. Kikamor warriors. Kikamor warriors protect their queen and Kikamor workers as they dig tunnels and look for food. They're immune to most effects, including blinding, resistant to knockdown, and they use scent to communicate with other Kikamors. Sensitive to silver and insectoid oil. During combat, warriors spit acid, blinding their opponents, causing crippling pain. They drop trachea, venom glands, and toxin. A more abominable beast is indeed hard to find. Not quite a cockroach nor a spider. It makes ladies faint and gentlemen feel disgusted. The Kikamor warrior reeks of the swamp. For this reason, I must insist that exhibit number 88 be removed from the University Hall, and anticipating the question, what should be done with it then, I answer, throw it in a compost heap, from a request submitted to the president of the Oxenfurt University. Kikamor workers. Kikamor workers rarely appear far from their colonies unless they're in search of food. They're immune to blinding and bleeding attempts. They're sensitive to silver and insectoid oil, and also susceptible to knockdown attempts. Though blind, they can detect vibrations and have a keen sense of smell. They spit acid. They use scent to communicate with other Kikamors, dropping trachea, claws, and toxins. Kikamors are an insult to the gods, the filthiest creatures on earth. They are repulsive in their resemblance to spiders, and even the smallest of them, the workers, are dangerous. So say the uneducated, superstitious, and stupid. The truth is far different. Kikamor workers rarely appear near human settlements, and even then they only attack when threatened. Is there anything more beautiful than a Kikamor? A symbol of hard work, resourcefulness, and caution. Why does it sound like Kalkstein? Master Dorogray, if I can even say it correctly. The wonderful world of insectoids. That is just the tongue twister of a name right there, Dorogray. I'm not even saying it right. I know I'm not saying it right. We'll just call him Dorogray. It's easier. Vodianoi priests. They rarely come ashore unless leading a division of warriors or pursuing a religious aim. They're resistant to incineration and hex attempts. Once set alight, they prove sensitive to fire, susceptible to binding. Priests support their warriors with magic. They're able to heal allies and blind opponents. Vodianoi bladders and scales, as well as Stone of Yis, can be dropped. The Vodianoi are an ancient sentient race. They worship their own gods, and their priests deal with divine matters. Land dwellers know little of these underwater creatures and the cults which flourish among them. And what is known inspires fear. Deities of the deep lend their powers to Vodianoi priests, enabling them to cast curses and spells.